Right, so here we are with the guy who went undefeated at the Montreal ARG Metro Series. So why don't you tell us your name and where you're from?
My name is Gilles. I'm from Sudbury, Ontario. Yeah.
And I see you wearing a Duelist Grounds t-shirt.
Yeah, I'm really on Duelist Grounds.
Alright, well that's cool. So why don't you tell us what you played and yeah?
I played Dragon Rulers, just a regular Trigon build.
Yeah, cool. Why did you play the Unity Ruler version?
I find this build better because it's more versatile. Like the Dragoonity build's obviously really good. You get to do really crazy combos, but like that's the thing. It does the same combo all the time, so it makes it pretty easy to stop what it's trying to do sometimes.
All right, cool. You got it. So why don't you just show us the deck that you went undefeated in Swiss with?
Yeah. So I obviously played 3 Blaster, 3 Tidal, 3 Tempest, and 3 Redox.
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
Yeah, played 2 Debris, 1 Corseska, 1 Guard, and 1 Trigon. That's like your standard engine. You kind of have to play that. I played 3 Mexi and 1 Swiss Scarecrow. And then my last monster, I played 1 main deck Fossil Diana.
How'd that work out for you?
It was actually amazing. Like I won a bunch of games because of it.
You'll keep playing that from now on in, basically?
For sure. Like, it's the end of the format, but I mean, if there was more events to go to, well, there's St. Louis, but I can't make it, but yeah, I would definitely main deck it.
Alright, cool. So show us the spells.
So yeah, it's 22. I've got 3 Swords, 3 Ravine, 1 Sark, and 1 Book for 8. And then the traps, I played 10 for 40 total. Played Return, 6 Sense, obviously, Compulse, 3 Wing Blast, 2 Trap Stuns, and 2 Emptiness.
Alright, now I mean your deck it looks pretty standard.
Yep.
So what I'm wondering is basically, did you play any rogue-esque, or just different decks that aren't really your typical Dragon Mirrors or Evil Swarms and stuff? And if so, did you have any trouble with those?
I played 5, I played 5 Mirrors. Well, I played a couple Dragoonity, but I played 5 Mirrors. 1 Constellar and 1 Gibeault. The Constellar matchup, game 1, I drew pretty good, and then I ended up drawing into a return, so the game was just done. And then game 2, he had a bunch of Floodgate cards, but he had no monsters, so I beat him down with like a Fencing Fire Bear for like the longest time, and he just couldn't keep up. And then against the Gibeault matchup, game 1, I just kind of controlled it with, he wasn't playing Pedagog's build, so he didn't have a bunch of Floodgate cards, so it wasn't too hard to just outpace him. Game 2, he OTK'd me, and then game 3, I opened Stardust Dragon Skill Drain, so the game was over.
Yeah. Alright, so go ahead and show us your side deck.
Side deck? Alright, so I started 2 DD Crows. That was mostly for the mirror.
How'd that go for you?
It was actually amazing. Like, I played Aliyah Sin round 7, and like it alone won me the matchup. Like, he'd keep going for like, he'd calculate for like 5 minutes. Well, not 5 minutes. I'm over exaggerating, but I mean, he'd calculate for a while, trying to figure out like how to kill me. And when he'd finally make the play, I'd just DD Crow, and he was just like, it was done, and I'd just win the game.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
I played 2 Fencing Fire Ferrets. That's obviously for like stun matchups. I played 3 MSTs, pretty standard. 1 Eradicator. That's basically just for books. I didn't side it against anything else. Didn't plan on siding it for anything else. 2 Skill Drains, pretty standard I'd find. 2 Divine Wrath, a very blowout card against a lot of matchups. And then these last 3 slots were kind of just open, so I put in things that were kind of specific for Constellars and stuff. So 1 Dark Hole and 1 Smashing Ground.
Yeah, it's just good removal, I guess.
Yeah, the Dark Hole's like kind of standard, I guess, but like the Smashing Ground, like I was afraid of playing against something like Boujins, and they have like 5 Floodgate cards, and I just can't clear it, and that doesn't target it, so it gets around everything. And same thing against it's just a really good card. Like I had the slots open. I'm not saying it's the best card to side, but I felt I was well covered in the other matchups. I didn't feel like I needed anything for the mirror.
Yeah, it seems pretty good.
And then the 15th slot was actually Deck Devastation Virus.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's different. Did you ever use that?
I sadly didn't. I only sided against Gibeault, and I never drew it. But yeah, it was. Again, I had the slots open, and I figured it would be a literal win condition against any deck that I'd sided in against if I drew it. Like Madolche, which was played, Thunders, which got second, right? Like, it was just a win condition, literally.
Alright, cool. So go ahead and show us the extra deck quickly.
The extra's pretty, very standard. Armory Arm, 2 Ancient Fairy Dragons, Black Rose Dragon, Stardust Spark.
Like your Ghost Dress.
They're all foreign, too. Thought Ruler, Colossal, Scrap Dragon, Crimson Blader, Star Eater, and then for Exceeds I had Big Eye, Gaia Charger, and 2 Drago Sacks.
Alright, you ever go into the second one?
I don't think I did. I'd never opened like the double Drago Sack play like at all. I never opened insane. I just opened pretty good all day, and I didn't get returned. Like nobody returned me game 1, and we always sided them out. So
Well, that's good.
that definitely helped me on going undefeated, right?
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, what kind of changes, if any, would you make to the deck after the event? Main deck, side deck, whatever, you know?
I know for the extra deck I was perfect. Like Orient Dragon was the only card I was iffy on, but like it never came up. The side deck, I mean, it went really well for me. So I don't know.
Find a way to this kind of thing.
Yeah, like 7 tools is something that was really good. Like I learned, my friend Jono told me about it like Saturday morning, and I thought about it, but I was like, because I was playing the Emptiness and the Emptiness have been testing so well, I decided to stay with Trapstones.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I was a little bit afraid of like an Iron Wall sitting there. Like you can't out it with the 7 tools.
All right, well, cool. Congratulations, man.
Yep.
Yeah, you did a great job, and it was definitely nice seeing you here.
Yep.